My name is Ebony Kizzy. I'm a kinship foster mom for my nephew. My nephew, I call him Donut. My family, we grew up in Arizona and we moved here and my mom wanted to start a bigger life for us, and so we're all here. My brother ended up straying a little bit from the path, didn't have a ton of good direction and role models, and then me, I had tons of women in the family who were just easy to look and mold myself after. Initially, so my brother and I, we didn't have much of a relationship during this point. I kind of separated from my family after I went to college and was just focused on working and doing my whole career development. And then I learned that my nephew was in foster care, and I couldn't figure out how that happened and why it happened, but I knew that it was something that that would probably fall in my court. I'm still very young. I'm in my 20s. Is this what I really want to do? Do I really want to be a mother to my nephew? And so they asked me that first time, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go through the paperwork. I'll get it done. And then a couple months later, it became more of a serious situation because they were looking for permanency. And so in that process, I did say yes, and it was a full-hearted yes, I really want to do this. I want to be his mom. At that point, me and my nephew had been doing weekly calls with each other, really getting to know each other, and I'm like, this little boy is brilliant. He's really, really a great kid. So what I learned about the parents was that both my brother and his significant other, they were having a hard time with drug abuse. The court system gave them several opportunities to be able to come in and be parents to my nephew. The court system allowed this to happen for about 3 years. My brother is very respectful of the fact that I am taking on a duty that really was his responsibility. It is your son, but I am responsible for him. I'm his guardian. I'm now much more in a position to be what you were for him, or what you were supposed to be to him. So the adoption process, I'm super excited to be able to do it. It's the entire reason why I came into being a kinship foster parent. My whole goal was to be able to make him my permanent child. Through this entire journey, Arizona Children's Association has been super helpful. So the biggest part I think that helped me was the classes that they offer. You go through a foster parent university, and you get a series of classes that you're taking alongside other foster parents and other kinship foster parents at that. So I got to have conversations with them, which was great. I also got to go through classes about medical administration, being able to give medicine to a child, which I had no clue about before that class. So now I understand what is helpful, and what can be put in child's range, what cannot be, and just considerations there. The one that I think was the most helpful of the classes that I went through, though, was the emotional class, understanding emotional well-being, understanding trauma that children go through, understanding how that plays a role in the relationship you have with the child. Because although I wanted to just be able to treat my nephew just he's my son, and he's a part of this family, he still had been through 3 years of being in the foster care system, and he had passed from 3 different foster care parents throughout that process. And so being that, he came with different traumas. He came with hoarding and thinking that he wouldn't be able to have enough food, and we're like, wait, you will be able to eat this later. You'll have enough food. So he was putting things into his closet, and it's these are all the things that you don't know that are coming, but you'll be able to prepare yourself for them because you have an understanding of kind of what foster children go through. So those are deep-rooted things that he went through, and we're progressing. We're in a good space now where he's oh, okay, I can grab anything in the fridge. Okay, there'll be more things in the fridge. Okay. So those are just the things that we had to work through. Arizona Children's Association was they give me all the resources that I needed to be able to know how to navigate the system and to be able to get myself to the other side of being able to adopt him. So my advice to other kinship foster parents or foster parents in general, folks who are seeking to be foster parents at some point, is to just really assess like some of the resources that Arizona Children's Association will give you. Because I know some people feel like they will be under supported, or they feel concerned that they won't get what they need out of the experience. Look through the information that they're providing. It's really transparent on what you'll get access to, and a lot of that stuff lasts for like another year after, so you can get more access. For me, without my nephew in my life, I actually don't know that I would be in the situation that I am in today, like in a good position. My nephew is the reason why I have a house, why I went to go get a home, because I'm like, we need more space. It's not just me anymore. And so now a lot of things revolve around this little human who creates a different dynamic for me in my life and really makes my life a lot better than what I ever thought it could be. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be one of those parents who would just be like, wow, like I was able to help this little boy become a man, and help guide his journey. So